right, so it's Tuesday after a holiday weekend, and I'm sure it's been a hard time for all of us to get back to work today. Like it was a big struggle to get my butt up and come in, and even though I had to walk from the house to the garage, but you get the point. One of the problems that we have is self-employed, small home, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, contractors, consultants, blah, 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 blah. We don't take days off. We don't take vacations. We don't give ourselves permission to relax. And that's not right. That's not right at all. And we need to do something about that. We need to fix that. We need to change that in some way. Now, one of the problems that we have is it's all on us. Our business is us. We are our business, everything. If we're not moving and working, money isn't coming in, things aren't happening, we're not making, sales, what have you. And that can be stressful because we've got bills to pay, we've got things to, it's not easy running your business and thinking about taking time off. But it's conversely, we know that if we don't, we're no good to no one, right? I mean, now I've talked about this before in other videos that, we are all we have. We are what we need to survive. And if we are not taking time off or relaxing in some form, we're not helping ourselves. We're not helping our business grow. We're not helping anybody. And that's part of what the Toolbox Challenge is. If you guys have noticed it, it's an idea to get you out of your head, relax without leaving your house, getting off your couch, but to have some experiences, well, in most cases, not get off your couch, but to have some experiences where you can start to learn to relax and stuff, all right? And I wanted to look at this from a perspective of, it's really weird because most of us, I think, have come to being a small business owner because we're driven. We really have a passion for being our own bosses. We understand what that means to be our own bosses. We understand what it means to be the boss of ourselves, be the boss of ourselves. And it's a challenge for us. It can be difficult. And one of the things when it comes to sort of like big national holidays like this, all right? And I think if you're like the other side of this is, if you're like most of us, the clock is now ticking down to the holidays, okay? Now that Labor Day is behind us, we are going to, toboggan slide into the holidays, which means for some of us, it is going to be our insane, crazy, busy season. And for some of us, it's going to be dead, completely and utterly dead. And we know that in our head, and so that's part of the we need to get ready for the tsunami that's coming of holiday shopping or holiday, whatever, holiday parties or whatever, whatever your industry is. This could be the busiest season of your year. Then there's other of us, like in the design industry, some of the other more businessy, or nobody wants to talk real estate or estate planning and design work right now. Financial planning, because it's not on their radar. Their radar right now is about getting through the holidays. And that's fine, that's okay. So there's that pressure on us that we're either going to be incredibly slow or we're going to be incredibly busy. But again, back to these big national holidays. What I always kind of tell myself is I kind of go through the facts. I kind of look at the facts of the situation. And, let's look at Labor Day, for example. It was a long Labor Day weekend, almost, unless you were like in retail or restaurant or some sort of vacation kind of holiday-oriented business, pretty much everybody shut down Friday at about noon. That meant that nobody was calling you. You couldn't call anybody. Even if you wanted to do work, who were you going to call? Who were you going to engage with? How were you going to move the needle? All right? Everybody was closed. So relax, enjoy yourself. Have a good time. No one's calling. They're all busy doing, fun family things. Nobody was sitting around at a barbecue on Sunday and suddenly realized that they needed your services on Monday and they were going to be calling off the hook. So we can just put that aside, all right? Now, the argument can be made, well, I have a pile of stuff on my desk that I need to get done. Well, if it's like my piles, which You can't see because I hide them. That's what drawers are for. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there, you know? Like, everything that I do seems to generate more piles, all right? So for me, I've accepted the fact that the piles are not going to get smaller, they're only gonna get bigger, and it's a matter of taking one thing off the pile and replacing it with a new thing. So again, that argument is invalid. I might get ahead a little bit, I might solve some things that could make me feel okay in the moment, that I could relax enough to enjoy dinner with friends or hanging out or seeing fireworks or what have you, but the piles on my desk are not going to get resolved this weekend, all right? There's just no way that's going to ever happen, and you're probably the same way. I mean, it's probably not going to clean up very easily. So let's think about it the other way. Even if we could get in, well, even you could, because you work from home, you can get in. But even if you were working over the holiday weekend, who are you gonna call? You know, like, vendors are closed down. People, you know, everybody is shutting down for the holiday. So it's not like taking Friday or Saturday off, or a Saturday off to go away for the weekend. This is pretty much everybody shut down, all right? So just take the holiday weekend, relax, all right? Allow yourself to have enjoyed what you did. Do not stress about things. Things will be there tomorrow. Things will be there next week. You are always going to have things on your plate. The question becomes, can you get it all done if you don't relax? You need to take some time. You need to recharge. You need to get out of your head, because if you're like me, and probably, I would guess that most of you probably are close to me, is your brain doesn't shut down. You're going to be going, so you've got to take that time and really tell yourself, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch a TV show. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to watch a movie, and I'm not going to do anything else. And it's okay. You're allowed to do that. So take some time this week, take a breath, relax, enjoy, reflect back on the great weekend that you had. Take that and kind of let that re-energize you, bring you back into getting down and doing the hard work. Because I guarantee you, once you kind of accepted that, once you allow yourself to relax, like every night after 9 o'clock, I'm like, I'm just gonna sit, I'm gonna read something, I'm gonna draw, I'm gonna do something to relax and put the day behind me, because if not, I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna be all night thinking about waking up at 2 in the morning, think, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, and that's not good, all right? So make sure, embrace the love from the weekend, enjoy it, and try and find some time to relax. And if you need some time to relax, join me on Friday for the Toolbox Challenge, right? It's such a shameless plug. All right. Now again, I hope you've enjoyed this video content. I'm kind of trying to come up with them as often as I can. It seems right now it's going to be 3 or 4 times a week. We're going to do challenges and we're going to do other things. But if you like this content and you want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube or my Facebook page. There's content coming up here all the time. There's playlists that you can engage with and follow, etc. Follow me on YouTube. Both of those, it would be facebook.ehhoward.com or visit me at youtube.ehhoward.com. You're also more than welcome to go and check out my site. I would love for you to do that. If you want to see the content, it's shows.ehhoward.com. And while you're there, make sure you join the tribe, because there's lots of great member exclusives beyond just giving you discounts on content and educational materials. There's other things like newsletters and workshops and those kinds of things. So make sure you join the tribe. And I think that's it. All right. I will see you in the next video, which will probably be like a day or 2 from now. I'm just getting really annoying, aren't I? You're gonna like block me from all of your channels. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.